witness testimony in the murder trial of Lindsay Clancy is almost over. Yesterday, the forensic psychologist whose comments on Clancy's Catholic faith led to a defense request for a mistrial returned to the stand. He said he believes Clancy knew what she was doing when she killed her children.
She retained an awareness of the illegality of killing others, including killing her children. My clinical opinion, since I'm not the decision maker here, but my clinical opinion is that she was criminally responsible on January 24th.
The final witness called by the prosecution, a forensic psychiatrist, then told the court what Lindsay Clancy told him about the night she killed her kids. He said it differed from what she told other medical professionals. He also cast doubt on Clancy's account of the voice she heard in her head that night. CBS News correspondent Shanelle Kaul joins us from outside the courthouse in Plymouth, Mass. Shanelle, you've been in the courtroom watching all of this unfold. Well, good morning. What did the final forensic psychiatrist testify to exactly?
Right. So Dr. Gregory Satoff essentially testified about some of the inconsistencies that he said he found, Daryl, between the things that Lindsay Clancy reportedly said 3 years ago and then the things that she said to him during a very recent medical evaluation that he conducted just a couple of months ago. He said after conducting that evaluation, his determination was that she made a decision to kill her 3 young children. And he also talked about the voices that she reportedly heard in her head the night all of this happened. And he said the fact that that voice went away after she killed her 3rd child indicates to him that she was not suffering from postpartum psychosis that night.
Ms. Clancy told me that it was a voice, it's the same thing in the same tone, repeated over and over and over until she had strangled Callan.
And is it typical, based on your training and experience, for someone to hear command hallucinations and then for them to stop abruptly?
No. Committing the act is not curative of the voice. I've not ever seen that.
And so that, Errol, really counters some previous testimony that we heard, for example, from the defense's star medical expert, Dr. Resnick, who testified to jurors that in his assessment, Lindsay Clancy was suffering from postpartum psychosis the night of the tragedy. He even described her as someone who was acting like a puppet, following the command of the voices in her head.
Such fascinating testimony there. And Shanelle, I know at some point we'll see closing arguments. So what precisely can we expect today?
Well, we got a bit of a glimpse of what to expect today yesterday. After testimony wrapped up for the day, we caught up with defense attorney Kevin Reddington as he was leaving court behind us here in Plymouth and asked him about some of the testimony that we heard from Satoff yesterday. He said when it comes to those inconsistencies that I was just telling you about, he said, look, that medical evaluation he was very critical of because, again, it happened in May and June of this year. So, again, just a couple of months ago. And so he said, well, it kind of makes sense that there would be some inconsistencies in the things that she recalled 3 years ago compared to what she now remembers about that day and the months leading up to that day right now. He also talked about earlier in this trial when he was cross-examining another witness about the fact that after she was hospitalized after the night of the tragedy, she was given a lot of medication, right? You remember she was paralyzed from the waist down. And he said that also may have impacted how much and what she remembered about the night that that happened. So again, these are some of the things that he'll probably use during cross-examination later on today before we likely hear closing arguments tomorrow.
All right, Shanelle Kaul outside the courthouse there in Plymouth. We'll stay close to your reporting. Thank you very much.